Hey cousins, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Chrissy Pips. It is Mindset Monday and we have started a new book. So today we're going to go over the introduction to Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. As always, don't forget to like if you enjoy the content in this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next, and share and comment on social media. Now, if you're here, you're interested, so let's get into it.
The revolution will be live.
Okay, now as I mentioned, the name of the book is Trading in the Zone and it's by Mark Douglas. Now, this is an in-depth look at the difference between someone who wishes to be a successful trader and someone who actually is a successful trader. This is a book that is not a trading system. It's about trading psychology. Now, this book was put together to help anyone who follows its advice become a successful trader and help them to develop the mindset needed to remain consistently successful. Because anybody can have some off-kilter success every now and then. Now, this book goes into great detail explaining how the skills needed to trade are counterintuitive in comparison to like your regular life skills, you know? So Mark Douglas teaches us through his life experiences that consistent traders think differently than everyone else. And he helps us to build the confidence in our own ability. Now, there are 4 things that I want to highlight here. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. Anything can happen. Every moment is unique, and you will build a sense of self-trust after we get through this book, okay? Now, Mark Douglas said that upon creating this book, there were 5 things that he set out to make sure that he accomplished, okay? The first is he wanted to prove to us that more or better market analysis is not the solution to our trading difficulties or lack of consistent results. The second thing is that he explains to us that our attitude and state of mind is what determines our results. Third, he wants to equip us with a successful belief system and attitudes needed to have a winner's mindset, teaching us to think in probability. The fourth thing is address the conflicts, contradictions, and paradoxes in thinking that cause us to, already assume that we do think in probability when we actually don't. And the fifth and final thing that he wanted to accomplish was he wanted to take us through the processes that help us integrate this new way of thinking or this like thinking strategy into our mental system and at a functional level, so you can continue to use it over and over and over again. Like, going through this book and just being a trader in general, it's so many things that I found out. Like, I started using, we use risk to reward, the risk to reward ratio. I started using risk to reward in like everyday situations. It's so weird. But I digress. There are also 30 questions that we're going to go over. So go ahead, grab pen and paper. I'm going to put all 30 questions up on the screen. So I do suggest pausing the video to write them down. We will be revisiting all 30 of these questions at the end of the book, okay? And that's just to kind of reevaluate our thought process, because again, this is a trading psychology book. So it's to reevaluate our thought processes in comparison to how we started the book and how we ended the book. So get ready for that. Go ahead, grab pen and paper, pause the video if you need to. We are about to take the attitude survey. So there are 30 statements to which you will need to answer agree or disagree. So let's get started. Number 1, to make money as a trader, you have to know what the market is going to do next. Number 2, sometimes I find myself thinking that there must be a way to trade without having to take a loss. Number 3, making money as a trader is primarily a function of analysis. Number 4, losses are an unavoidable component of trading. Number 5, My risk is always defined before I enter a trade. Number 6, in my mind, there is always a cost associated with finding out what the market may do next. Number 7, I wouldn't even bother putting on the next trade if I wasn't sure that it was going to be a winner. Number 8, the more a trader learns about the markets and how they behave, the easier it will be for him to execute his trades. Number 9, my methodology tells me exactly under what market conditions to either enter or exit a trade. Number 10, even when I have a clear signal to reverse my position, I find it extremely difficult to do. Number 11, I have sustained periods of consistent success, usually followed by some fairly drastic drawdowns in my equity. Number 12, when I first started trading, I would describe my trading methodology as haphazard, meaning some success in between a lot of pain. Number 13, I often find myself feeling that the markets are against me personally. Number 14, as much as I might try to let go, I find it very difficult to put past emotional wounds behind me. Number 15, I have a money management philosophy that is founded in the principle of always taking some money out of the market when the market makes it available. Number 16, a trader's job is to identify patterns in the market's behavior that represent an opportunity and then to determine the risk of finding out if these patterns will play themselves out as they have in the past. Number 17, sometimes I just can't help feeling that I am a victim of the market. 18, when I trade, I usually try to stay focused on one time frame. 19, trading successfully requires a degree of mental flexibility far beyond the scope of most people. 20, there are times when I can definitely feel the flow of the market. However, I often have difficulty acting on these feelings. Number 21, there are many times when I'm in a profitable trade and I know the move is basically over, but I still won't take my profits. Number 22, no matter how much money I make in a trade, I am rarely ever satisfied and I feel that I could have made more. Number 23, when I put on a trade, I feel I have a positive attitude. I anticipate all of the money that I could make from the trade in a positive way. Number 24, the most important component in a trader's ability to accumulate money over time is having a belief in his own consistency. Number 25, if you were granted a wish to be able to instantaneously acquire one trading skill, what skill would you choose? Number 26, I often spend sleepless nights worried about the market. Number 27, do you ever feel compelled to make a trade because you are afraid that you might miss out? Number 28, although it doesn't happen very often, I really like my trades to be perfect. When I make a perfect call, it feels so good that it makes up for all of the times that I didn't. Number 29, do you ever find yourself planning trades you never execute and executing trades you never planned? Number 30, in a few sentences, explain why most traders either don't make money or aren't able to keep what they make.
Okay, now just like I mentioned before, after we finish the last chapter, we will revisit the survey to see if our answers have changed. So hang on to your answers to these questions. Now, to make things easy for you, I've put the questions in a description box below. I would suggest putting them on a Google Doc
and maybe changing your answers to like a different color so you can go back and re-answer them in a different color later on. But that's it. Let's learn together and be successful traders at the end of the day. But that's going to end today's video right here because the question part was super long. Now, as always, I hope you guys are enjoying the content on the channel. If you have some suggestions for the next book that we do, go ahead and drop those in the comments below as well. If you've already read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, drop that in the comments below and let me know your experience after like reading that book, how you felt, how it like changed your way of trading, your mindset. Let me know below. But as always, go ahead and like if you enjoyed the content in this video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. And don't forget to share and comment on social media. I will leave my social media links over here somewhere. And I'll post the next video right here too. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Have an awesome and productive day.